folks, it's Jessica Leia here.
Hi.
Thanks for joining me today on Me and My Song. Hey, in case you don't know about me much, I was kind of feeling like a rock star that the world chewed up and spat out. See? So I gathered together all the hand-me-down cameras I could find, and I invented this show, Me and My Song, where I could share my music with you because, well, that's all I've ever wanted to do. So I'm gonna meet you right here every week and do just that.
The first week of every month, I'm going to introduce to you a brand new song in the Bra Reveal.
Then I'm gonna sing it for ya.
The second week of every month, I'm going to take that same song to the chopping block, where it's going to get chopped to bits, and we're going to decide what pieces stay and what pieces go before we bring it into a recording studio.
Then I'm gonna sing it for ya.
On weeks 3 and 4, I'm going to take you behind the scenes while we record the basic tracks of the songs with the bands, and then the final vocals.
Then I'm gonna sing it for ya.
So come along! This ride is full of singing and dancing and laughter and love. And I think we can all do for more of that stuff in our lives. Yeah? Yeah. But just like any ride, it's no fun to go alone. So come on along. Let me sing you my songs. Why not?
Welcome
To me and my song. I'm not gonna get you, I swear. Thanks for coming here to Me and My Song. I introduced you to Now's the Time last week, and this week we are bringing it to the chopping block. Me, your host, Jessica Leia, with Mr. Rob McCloskey joining me. Ta-da. Wait, do that again? Can you do that? Can you do that like regularly?
Ta-da!
I mean, that's enough for today.
Okay.
But so what are we doing? We're singing Now's the Time for these people in a few minutes. But first we're going to talk a little bit about it so you can see how it kind of came together and what the song structure looks like, and so you can hear how much of a smartass Rob is. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody inside, outside, and around those gender specifications, to the chopping block, where we will submit Now's the Time to the cruelty of Mr. Rob McCloskey.
I'll try to be gentle.
Thank you. Woo! It's cheesy cool.
It's a theme song.
It's totally a theme song. Mac had actually, I call him Mac, by the way. I'm going to say that all the time. It'll never get old for me. Mac had actually already influenced the song a little bit. One of the things that made me giggle is there is a little thing that I did where I take the D chord and I suspend it. It does this. I love that you played the right bass note when I did that. You're good. You're good.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
So I put that part in the song only at the end when I originally wrote it. That's just how I ended the song.
Yeah, but it's like in classical music they call eating fixe. It's a kind of a thing. It's a recurrent.
Did you just make that shit up?
No, I did not.
Eat a fixe?
It's made up even before I was born, which was a hell of a long time ago. You know,
Mac's lapel mic was not on. And he just said some crazy shit, like eat a fixe. Or what'd you say?
Well, you were talking about how you only played that little figure.
What are we calling it?
A figure.
A figure.
Let's call it
So
a
we're gonna
figure.
call this a figure, like a figure 8. Like I got a figure. Like this is a figure.
You know, you only played it at the end of the song originally.
Right.
But it is a kind of a, it's an idée fixe. It's a reoccurring theme in the music, you know?
So I introduced this song to the band I was working with at the time, which included Mr. Rob McCloskey and also Dean Kattari on guitar. Dean especially was like, that needs to be in the, you need to put that in other spots in the song.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That was my Dean impersonation. I hope you like that. It was like really frantic. That needs to go in other spots in the song. You can't just have it at the end. He really liked it because he's kind of that little thing is going to pop into people's head kind of a guy. So he was like, that's a good little pop in people's head. Let's put it in other spots in the song. And I like having it all over the place. So we started putting it here and then putting it there. And then we'd have it twice here and once there. And it was really annoying for Mac, which was really funny for me. He's not a fan of that silly singer-songwriter, asymmetrical.
Sometimes it works. And sometimes it's just annoying, you know? So in this case, it was B. Just
that's annoying.
Freaking annoying. There's just no reason for it, you know, except the songwriter thinking that they're doing something really, really important. This is it. None of the
it's really good
audience
I'm not a sensitive artist because this is the stuff I got to put up with. I was doing something important. I was ending the song, Mac.
Right. And you know, if you were a sensitive artist, you know, you'd be home right now, like, because you know you wouldn't be able to take criticism, and so you wouldn't be able to perform, you know.
Exactly.
So you know, all the sensitive artists,
they're at home.
They're home.
They're at home being
They're
sensitive.
home right now.
It was funny because there was sort of this going back and forth, and you're the kind of guy that you've been performing forever, and your
Seems
thoughts, your thoughts are, the easier it is, the better, because I know you hate that word easy.
Yes, I do. I hate it.
How do you want to word it?
The more intuitive it is, okay? Because the more you think, the less you feel. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So if you want to play with feeling, then you don't want to think any more than you have to.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you have to think a little bit. What's the next chord? That kind of thing. But you don't want to really be just thinking of is this the time we play it 2 times, or is this the time we play it 3 times, or is this the time we play it 1 time? And the time we play it 4 times, or 11 times. Or,
And that is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And I think it still gets under your skin just a little bit. But we did kind of clean it up.
It's worth it because it is a nice figure and it's worth it. Let me just say that. It's worth it.
So it's hilarious because he gives me a hard time because I do that singer-songwriter stuff that he doesn't like to contend with on stage. And then I give him crud for giving me crud because I say it's good, it needs to be there. And then I get on stage and perform it live and totally forget, is this the time we did it twice?
Yeah.
Or is this the time we did? But he's such a good player, and I've been blessed to have so many good players on stage that when I screw up and forget if it happens once or if it happens twice, that they just cover for my ass. And you guys never know that Jessica messed up. Well, for me, the little figure, it makes sense for me now the way we did it, even though I know it's not necessarily ideal for you because it is kind of all over the place. But it makes sense for me because we sandwich it in the song. Here's the structure of now's the time. And we do this figure 2 times at the beginning as an intro. And then at the very end, we 2-time it. That's an X and that's an X.
So we bookend it.
So you bookend it. So in that regard, to me, it makes sense. And then all of the other locations are always at the end of the choruses.
Right.
Which also makes sense for me. It's pretty easy to remember something happening at the end of a chorus. But we only do it 1 time.
What is the bridge exactly?
I love bridges, personally. The bridge is the verse. It's the same pattern, but what I'm doing vocally changes to dance around that so that the listener hears something different happening.
Oh, I see.
The bridge is the same as the verse.
We're wondering where to put the solo, and that you're wondering what's going on with the bridge. So should it go before that?
Bouncy, 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 bounce. Bouncy, 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 bounce.
I mean, it works. It totally works because you have this like commercial break with a little guitar solo, and then you come into something totally different in the song, and then you bring it on home, and the listeners go, "Yeah, I remember that," and it feels good.
Okay.
You're
So
saying
the plan?
okay a lot today.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. It feels good.
Okay.
We want a little fight here.
Okay. How about a modulation right here? We'll go to A.
Modulation.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. It sounds like a setting on the phone. I thought that I had already kind of put a figure in there, and that was my like Tarzan call. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You should
That's
sound
right.
more excited about it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Thank you. When I originally did the intro, this is what the audience never heard. So that was how the song used to begin. And I put that Tarzan call right in here at the beginning and right in here after the first verse. And then I also ended with it. So to me, that was my little figure that people would remember. But what consequently happened was when these two figures opened up the song, I had to get rid of the Tarzan call there because there was no space for it. It would have been kind of just a really long intro. All right, we're keeping it the way it is. We're throwing in a solo. We have these fancy little figures here that the band decided needed to be in there more often. Is there anything else that's going on before we play it for the crowd?
Well, no.
I like how you ended that last segment. I was like, is there anything else left to say about the song before we sing it for everybody? And you were like, well, no.
I think.
That's what you said.
No.
Yeah. So on that note,
Yes.
anything else you want to say about?
No.
Okay, because you just said it all. I would like to say that actually we're here on a different day recording this song because the sound for the last time we performed it, there was a hissing amp. You wouldn't have liked it. You would have gone crazy. So we're redoing it here again today. And in case we look a little bit older.
Deeper in debt.
Yeah, we definitely are. Both of those things. But we wore the same shirts for ya.
Yeah.
Hey! Oh, wait a minute. This is that whole thing we talked about during our entire diatribe.
Wow.
We're supposed to start with the figure. Let's do that again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, shut up. Just count.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Living in tomorrow, your list of grievances keeps going on and on. And you're a little scared you're losing it, but ain't nothing wrong with going a little crazy. Maybe you're just onto something. Sure your world exists, but you'll break your promises if you go out on your own. And you don't want your penitence, but ain't nothing wrong with that, my friend. Think maybe you're onto something. 'Cause now's the time for walking, a time for walking, and now it's a time for breathing, a time to breathe in strong. Oh, the sweetness of the breeze you thought grew warm. You feel the butterflies each time you realize you gotta run through it on your own. But that's the way you get the prize. There ain't nothing wrong with a little pride. I'm pretty sure you're on to something. 'Cause now's the time for moving, a time for moving on, and now is the time all know a little bit, a little bit, a little bit about wasted time, but life in any form is just a bit too precious to waste on things like hell. So it's time for going, time for going on, and now there's a time for dreaming, because the dream was wrong, but the right one's been here waiting for us all along.
That was what we call a forced solo. I forced a solo on this poor guy. Don't you love it when we say we're going to not do something and I make you do it anyway? It was a little taste of the live performance world. Yeah. Thanks. Hey, thanks for coming this week on Me and My Song.
Please come back next week as we go behind the scenes in studio to throw down the final vocals on this song and finish this puppy. And in case you were wondering, you don't have to pay me, but you can! Aha! Please do. Seriously. You can donate here over at Donor Box. Give me a tip, give me a few bucks every month if you like what I'm doing. You can give me as many bucks every month as you want. Really, don't be shy. People who give me a few bucks every month get special perks, like free music downloads and a chance to come on the show and extra videos. Yes, money gets special privileges in this world. I'm sorry I did not invent this system. I'm just trying to work my way around it. You can also help me out by buying my songs. You can download them here. You can like, subscribe, share, spread the word, spread the love. But hey, if you don't want to do any of that, or you want to do all of that, let me just thank you anyway, just for being here. That's just the thing that makes it possible for me to have someone to share with.
So really, you're giving me the gift. I can't thank you enough. I can only hope that the gifts I have to offer here bring a lot of love and comfort and laughter and, of course, music into any and all of your lives for all who wish to enjoy. This is Jessica Leia signing off. Come back next week, and thank you for joining me this week here on Me and My Song. And remember, keep singing your song.
Me and my song.